goes, you filthy animals. So back in here for a game. I just had to cast this one because it seemed like a bit of an epic, messy, messy game. It was good fun. This game's Creamy Biggums, and this is in the monthly tournament on the SDL Discord. So this is like the more competitive one, not the rookie one. Although Creamy Biggums, I believe he's much more of he's like a lower Division 4 player, so he's still learning. But he says he likes to play against better players, which I understand completely. But let's see if I am a better player or not. Anyway, yeah, and this tournament's really interesting. I do like it now. Like the monthly tournaments, like some months, like the settings are a bit like not to my taste. Sometimes they're really good, and I do like it. It's been mixed up a bit now by Herr Robert. Yeah, in this one, I especially like because you select 4 random divisions. Well, not select. You just get them from the Sodbot, like each player. Then you show them to your opponent. And then you pick one of these divisions for yourself. I had a toss up between I've got Toulon, I'm on the left, and it was 3rd Canadian. I didn't know which one to play because I was stuck between those two, so I just flipped and I got Toulon. The other divisions I had was SIL, the Italian Liberation, and 5th Panzer, I believe. But 5th Panzer would probably be a little bit better suited to this map, but I've been playing Toulon recently, as you may have noticed, so I thought, I'll go for that. Canadian I wanted to try since the changes, but yeah, I flipped and I got this one. My opponent, Creamy Biggums, he's playing 7th Mech. I can't remember what he had 16th Panzer as an option, but he didn't go for the KT option. Well, anyway, let's see what I'm doing here. So my plan was to rush in here crazy. I've got the these silly vehicles, the tractions, which are super fast, 115 kilometers per hour, which is the fastest unit in the game. So I was going to rush them in here, and I put them on these light AT gun things. So I was going to drop them around here really quickly, try and block off his advance. I'm also dropping a mortar somewhere, I can't remember where, somewhere back here I believe, which I was going to use to lay down some smoke every now and again, and then try and rush in my units to this area and grab this flag as early as possible. Whereas in the centre, I'm just not doing much. And again, I was dropping out these early AT guns out here just to see if I could snipe some things quick and early, get away with it, and just minimal deployment in the town, really. Yeah, not a lot going on here. And in the north, again, quite minimal. Just a sniper unit to have a look around, see what's going on, make sure nothing's coming across here. My opponent, excuse me. My opponent, SU-152. And SU-85, again, SU-152s, great units. They do long range HE damage, 7.6 damage, 2k range. Nasty things. And he's got 2 of those coming out. Yeah, so 1 on the hill and 1 down here. So he's going to be covering this open ground. And he's got a lot coming into the centre here. Now, let me just comment on... I've never seen people deploy like this before, but I don't think this is the optimal way to do it. Yeah, if you're going to deploy into this area, use this road. That's generally how it works. And if you're going to deploy here, I'm pretty sure, I think it's a small difference though. If you drop your units actually here, they will come across, and it takes pretty much the same amount of time, I believe. Yeah, don't quote me on that. I usually put them here if I want them to go in here. But I have to keep my eye on that. I think that is a lot faster. Anyway, he's deploying quite a lot in the centre. Again, though, I'm doing I've got the super fast. Which one is it? Yeah, super fast one. I'm going to drop that here and hopefully snipe some of his units. All right, so let's get into the game. Let me just pause this recording so you don't see the timer. And we're off. Now. Yeah, this map is I did choose this map, but we did the maps before the actual the random picks. That's the way it works in the pick and ban phase. Not that there's any bans other than map banning. Map banning, can't speak again, bloody hell. Map banning. I sometimes speak too fast. My mouth can't keep up. Unload. Do I get any snipes here? I might get a lucky off my cheeky, but not even now. Not great. Maybe I get some in the back here, I'm not sure. Did manage to get a half track over here. Yeah, this... Yeah, if you're deployed into here, I usually put machine guns in here as well. It really helps to cover it. Yeah, for Mr. Biggums, if you're watching now. P2 coming in. These are recently nerfed, I believe. Or maybe it was the 2-2s. I can't quite remember now. Anyway, I keep my mouth shut about that. I keep getting it wrong. I keep saying points. Yeah, sometimes... Yeah, some units, the points have changed, and for some of them it's the availability. Oh, and I was bringing in... I've got the rocket fighter coming in here. I decided to go for the rockets because I wanted them to... Did I manage to get this down as well? Did I get it? Oh, nice. I didn't notice that. I thought it not quite made it. Yeah, I decided to go for the rocket ones because the availability of these have... I think it's gone up, or maybe it's just the mosquito ones, but I'm not sure. Anyway, like I say, I'm not entirely sure, but I know some of the rocket planes have gone up in availability in Phase A from 1 to 2. I think this one was already 2, actually. But I was just using it hoping to get the rockets off in case you had AA out a bit earlier. With the bombs, you have to fly directly over them and you might get repulsed. Anyway. Half track moving up here, Tankos, and a couple of Strelki with a Tanko Komrotsi. These are nice points. These are nice leaders with the, they got the sniper. Can help out. My sniper's just it's a one-man sniper squad, which is a very unusual unit. But for 10 points, pretty nice. So we took those in A. SU-85 out in the open air, just one Strelki DP at the top there. So it's very static at the top. Yeah, and we are both on balance, as you can see, so it's going to be a bit of a long game. I better warn you about that. You can probably see that from the timer anyway. And in deployment as well, I decided to do what I did in my last game, bring out a Stug, and these are 37mm, so it gets boosted up to 1 star of it. Pack 40 slowly moving up, wanting to get this SU-85. My Stug is under heavy fire, and unfortunately it does go down. I was kind of upset about that. My advance into this forest has failed, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I think I was kind of distracted by what's going on up here, because Creamy Biggums is making a good advance into town, and these Tankos are going to do some nasty work to me. This pack here is helping out a little bit. I believe it's going to start focusing on the SU-152, gets a pen, and another pen, but yeah, blown to pieces in one shot, as you saw. These things are deadly. Our Tanko's coming in the south. I'm looking very thin, both in the centre and in the south now. Not the best stance for me. Oh, these are one of the advantages of 7th Mech. Nice tanks. Got 10mm pen. The armour's pretty bad on them, but they're only 40 points. And the HE does some decent damage too, so these are great support tanks for your infantry. They're like Turan 2s, they're the same amount of points, but I would say they're a little bit better because they can deal with armour more efficiently. So I believe, let me just check that. Put my foot in my mouth. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. They've got better range at least, yeah, so they can handle themselves at a better range in terms of their AP capabilities. I decided to move my Pack 40 out of the forest here just so I could try and snipe this SU-85, get revenge on the Stug. BF coming in again. Trying to get that Razvedka. Oh my god, I said it right for the first time. I always say Vezvika. As you can tell, I can't speak English, so yeah, get me to pronounce foreign names is bad enough. This really puzzled me. I was trying to get this MG42 to fire at something, but it seemed to sit there most of the game. Has it actually fired anything? Yeah, it's dished out some of its shells, but it seemed really hard to get it into a position to shoot at anything throughout the entire game. Yeah, I brought Stug out into the centre here. He's got no... One of the mistakes I say he made here, I don't believe he's got any AT weapon deployed from the start. What was this? Oh, this was a half track. He didn't deploy any AT weapons on the road here, which is kind of essential to do. Maybe he's waiting for his ZIS-2s. Did he get ZIS-2s? I'm pretty sure his division gets ZIS-2s. BF 109 coming in again, taking out his SU-76. Then lack of AA. He's brought out AA in the south, now he's going to need to put it in the north. So these These fighter bombers are doing some work for me. No, the rocket fighters, sorry. They're going to make him invest in AA. And I do get the snipe here. The Stug gets the SU-152. Yeah, the issue with the SU-152 is they've got no AP capability. So as soon as you see something like this coming out for you, you want to back it off. But the 2K range is the advantage of them. He's got some mortars in the south here. He's got a substantial amount of equipment here. But a little bit passive, I would say. He could come forward. He's got plenty of units to come forward here, but they are tankos, so bringing tankos across the open can be, yeah, a mistake. But he is going for it. He's taking the initiative. Half-tracks hidden around the back behind the forest, fair enough. Maybe he's going to move these around here. My plane, I forgot to recall it, it's just dallying about in the sky. And he's not pushed through in the town here, but the tankos did get taken out. I'm not quite sure what by. I've got my Stug covering. Got it in the light cover as well here. Just give it a little bit of protection from enemy's vision. Oh, strafing run. Strafes absolutely nothing. Can this strafe? No. Yeah, so that's a mistake from me. Should just recall this thing. It's not doing anything now. But it's at least provoked another AAPs coming in. Where's this going? Can I see? Yeah, out into the open here. Probably not the best bet. That's going to get killed by my Stug if he's not careful. In the south, Strelke Tankos advancing. I've just got Stern Pioneer here and this one, the KM Marine Infantry. These are 20-point units, which is good about Toulon. You get lots of cheap stuff as well. And it dishes out, you know, reasonable amount of damage. In close quarters, these Bergman things seem to do okay. Not brilliant, but okay. And they've got 4 anti-tank grenades as well. Not bad, not bad. I've got the SMG back here to... I keep saying S. Is it S? What does that S stand for? Does anyone know? I ain't got a clue. Support? Maybe? I have no idea. I'm dropping down a fair old bit of smoke here because I'm trying to rush these in. Determined to get this flag if I can. And that seems to have been effective. Now his vision is mostly gone. Although this tank can see a little bit. And I did notice this coming through here. So I was actually blind shooting this area. I could not see. It looks like I was on the money there. Very nice. That was completely blind, I believe. Yeah, you just have to learn how to read the front line, because I could see where it was bulging, so I was like, I was going to hit here at first, but then I realised I think he's going for this forest. And now I bring in my off-map, as I saw all these half-tracks here. I didn't know if these were full of units or not. I'm not sure what got that. I think it was the pack, possibly. Yeah, I think the pack might have just sniped that tank as well. Yeah, so very fortunate... what's the word called? Fortunate stream of play, not stream, fortunate run of play, that's the word. Yeah, I can't barely speak English and I forget words all the time. Now these guys, not the best in CQCs you saw before, and they're going to get absolutely mopped up by these half-tracks. Are these the expensive half-tracks? They are. Yeah, 1.5 damage to vicious things. Anyway, in the north, all is quiet. Yeah, the focus seems to be down here. Oh yeah, the mortars are coming in here. This does some nasty damage on me. Off-map is now falling down, pinning his infantry units. I'm falling back my infantry here, hoping to save some of them from the half-track onslaught. Look at those machine guns. Yeah, so when you're falling them back, they take a vast amount of reduced damage. I think it's 75% reduced damage. Which is, yeah, not exactly realistic, but it's just for gameplay purposes. My pack is having a bit of a battle here with the M42. I bring in the Stug as well to help out. And I've also got another Stug leader in here. Yeah, the problem with Toulon is you only get like, I get two cards of the Stug leaders, and I think I got 8 Stugs, Stug 3s, no stars. That's all you get for armour. It's very light. Yes, if you're playing any tournament games, it's a good thing to check out your opponent's division and what they've got in their deck, or a good idea of it. The pack taken out by mortars. Mortars always solid buy-ins, and Creamy Biggums doing very nice work here. Yeah, shoot and move. Because they can get targeted quite often. BF 109 coming in again. Now he's got the ZSU out. Is this going to get it slowed off? Not quite. He was very, very close there, but this gets taken out by the Stug anyway. So now I know I'm gonna have to try a bit harder to get in here with the AA around. And I'm bringing out 105mm, and I'm just laying down some smoke here because my mortar here is out of smoke. I thought I'm going to need some artillery at some point. I'm bringing another one up here as well to try and help out in the town. But Cream Biggums, he's not going to give me this flag very easily at all. We're still at 12-12 now. He's taken me down a little bit at the start. I think he got this flag. Yeah, just then you could see he had it for a short amount of time. But yeah, neither of us have a lot here. The main battle is going on in the south. I'm laying down more smoke. I'm not quite sure why. Not quite sure why. Did I just bring these in? I think I might have just reinforced this area. This is why the smoke's there. And he's got some T-34s. And again, my BF 109 is not managing to get a strike off here either. And now he's bringing in Xena 37mm. So yeah, it's going to be very hard for me to get bombing runs off in this area. I decided to bring out an infantry a while back here, just move them across the open towards this flag. On this map, it's a good idea. This is where things like Chernos and Ersatztruppen come in handy. You just sort of march them across the open to hold flags. And I believe I've got a reasonably dominant position here. I've got the Mech recon out here. These are nice little units. 30 points, probably a bit expensive, some might say, but you've got a radio. You've got the HE explosives. They're good at close range, and you've got a sniper as well. You're generally going to use them as recon snipers more often than not. But because they've got the radio, they're kind of multifunctional. You can use them at more close quarters here. They can survive a little bit better, and they can use the radio as well, which is nice. And my radio range from this is, my main radio's on the Stug at the moment, so I did forget about this for a while. It just sits there and does nothing. In the town, Creamy Biggums got some nasty units in here. The Strelkit SVT, like I was talking before about in the CQC tier list that I did. The SVT is much better at closer range because they're semi-automatic rifle. They do some vicious work. So close quarter combat, he can do some work with these, even though the light machine gun doesn't do that much. So they're great units. And they fire at 600 meters as well, so they can do well beating out most 500-meter rifles, and at the same time... Oh, it's 500-meter range. Oh, no, sorry, that's the other one. There's a SVT something else. My mistake. Unfortunately for Creamy Biggums, the Xena is in the open and is under fire from my Stug 3. I'm moving out my sniper units here just to get proper vision on anything coming out on this hill or in this area, so my Stug can fire at it or reverse as needed. I bring out Pack 43 in this area. I was kind of expecting something to be coming around here, like the SU-152s. These things to be coming around and trying to pop off at my Stug. So I brought this out preemptively, and this is going to slowly creep around down here if I can, and try and cut off his reinforcement road. But we're still 12-12. Off map coming in again. It did not get its load off, I believe. And does it get out alive or not? I'm not entirely sure. ZSU does take it down. Unfortunate. I think I did have one more load in that. BF 109 circling again. Cream Biggums reinforcing on the hill here with Strelkin SVTs. Stug is taken out by the ISU 122S. Now this is something as well which people might not notice. I believe, I could be wrong here, but I believe in 7th Mech that you can get the ISU 122. I think that's a better option. It's 10 points less, which does make a difference. And if you up-vet it, it's kind of about the same availability anyway. And I don't think these are... You're better off taking as many ISU 122s as you can before you dip into the S version, in my opinion. Because when you up-vet the other one, the ISU 122 is 3 rounds per minute, but if you up-vet it, then it gets to equal this amount. Anyway, blah blah blah. Creamy Biggums starting to make his push into town. It's creeping around the side here. Not quite got the flag. These guys are not moving across here either, which is strange. I decided to bring in IG-33, which I do start to move up to this area soon. Hoping to get some eyes on this and start firing across at stuff. And I'm starting to slow creep in the north as well into these forests to see what I can do. Stug on the road, helping support my infantry. Creamy Biggums making a mistake. He's not got these in the buildings or in this area, so my Stug's getting 3 shots of them. In the south, still got a fortress of troops here. Now I'm in phase B. I've got some of my really good infantry, like Brandenburgen. They are expensive, they get nerfed, they're now 35 points instead of 30. Double MG42, semi-automatic rifles, HE, 12 strength, MP4s. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, nice units, but out in the open in no protection here, they're getting mopped up quite easily. The Stug is putting them up to 3 stars as well, but I decided to retreat this out of the way because mortars can kill tanks. So I think it's got quite heavily damaged my Stug leader. Yeah, it's not looking too happy. Not looking too happy at all. I brought out a Flak 36. This is this the one? Oh no, this is, yeah. That's not the one actually. It's the other Flak on this division, which is just redonkulously strong. That's strong enough as it is. ISU 122S coming out onto the hill as well now. This one's sitting. This has got 2k range, so it can take out my Stugs, as I believe it has done, quite easily. This is where I bring out the Pak 43 to deal with these little buggers. I've still got vision on this this lone sniper out here. And sneaking the flag on the hill just about. Not making use of my artillery at all at the moment. Rather silly of me. Brandenburger have been pinned. My focus is somewhere else. Oh, here we go. Alright, now I've actually grouped these and used them, which I always forget to do usually, and they are firing where? Yeah, just laying down some fire into these forests blindly, just to pin these down, cause a bit of damage, cause annoyance, stop any push you might make. Now bring out the marrow. Got a couple of marrow here in the forest. This will stop any advance he makes into with infantry. The marrow alone would just slaughter nearly everything. IG-33 coming through as well. Where am I moving this to? Out into the light cover here to try and fire more to this area. He's laying down some smoke to try and stop my Pak 43, but he's not targeting it for some reason. Yeah, this is going to get into range of the ZSU and take it out, I hope. AA gun actually laying down some HE fire onto the infantry. Still a 12-12. And we're going to be hitting phase C fairly soon. I'm trying to counter his mortars, firing my mortars at his mortars. And BF-109 is bringing both in here, because I knew there was some AA around the floor, but the AA has gone now. Pinning down these units. I was doing this purely so I could hold on to this flag a little bit longer and get a single tick. So I've got a slight advantage in terms of flags now. But you can see Creamy Biggums is making an advance into the centre town, bringing in big off map. These are nice. Yeah, these are ones. This is an actual tank as well, which works as a tank, not just purely as an off map. Most off-map tanks like this, they have machine guns on them, but their turrets are not working. But this one, it's pricey, 170, but you get in a tank with this as well. So you have to consider that. And it has radio, so it's decent. Yeah. So my Pak 43 does get a pen on the ZSU here. and now he's starting to fire into the infantry. Yeah, the HE rounds on it are alright as well. So it's a 2k range HE and AT gun, but they are expensive, as you can see, 100 points for these things. So really he should be targeting this with a mortar and destroying it as quickly as possible. Again, this one here, that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, he's using the artillery to take this out. So unfortunately this thing's going to die, I believe, fairly soon. Oh yeah, and then ISU 122 takes it out as well. I'm bringing out a heavy artillery here. I put this on counter battery. This is what you do not want to do. As you can see, he's got these right next to each other. With one hit, this artillery piece can take these out. Oh, he's lost his T-34 on the hill. I've started to advance my Stug. I was doing this to get onto the ZSU, but I think Creamy Biggums did notice this and reversed it fairly quickly. Or maybe it's from when I'm trying to arty it. Are these going to hit or not? Can't see any rounds hitting as of yet. In the south, I have decided to advance now, moving my Marrow in to try and mob things up. But the range is going to be getting taken out by these DPs. Using the moving the stern pioneers. You can see one hit there. Really did some nasty work on those. I just need one more hit on those and they're done for. Yeah, any direct hit on these. Another one coming in. Pinned. You never want to clump up your artillery like this, ever. But I've lost my influence in the middle. This unit's been destroyed. ASU 122. I believe that's just taken out my Stug as well. So Creamy Biggums now at 1311. He's made an advance in the town. He's managed to struggle his way into here. I've got some Marrow coming in, but they're not in range to do anything. Obviously not on the ball there, focused in the south. IG 133, is this going to do some work? Is this going to do what it does? Let's see. Big boom. Is it going to go down though? I think it might. Nope, they've been pinned quick enough. So finally I have got this flag here, but I've lost the one in the middle, which I can get back fairly easily. But it's got their ISUs coming out now, in numbers. SU-85 coming in as well, to help out. Now start going for the planes again. BF-109s, these have been alive all game, they're doing really well. Usually these things die quite easily, I find. Targeting in a town. But the ZSU's too far back to do any work here. He needs to move this up into this area, really. Doing some work. JU-88 as well. It's going to fall on these units, I believe. Yep, they're wiped. So we're going to get this flag back again. And we're going to be back to a 12-12 shortly. Or am I? Looks like I did pin my Marrow with the bombs there, but fair enough. Took out 2 units. These guys have advanced across. I dropped some smoke to get across here in case he had anything, but doesn't look like it. And we're back at 12-12 again. I'm bringing in, what's this called? Supply truck here. Oh, this is the beast. Yeah, the flag feeling 37mm. This thing is just, oh my god. Yeah, 2.33 damage, 240 rounds per minute, 2.5k range, 40% accuracy. This thing is 120 points. It is expensive, but if you just want to kill planes, this is the thing. At 2 stars, anything that comes over here is dead. If anything flies past sort of this line and starts to try and turn back, it's too late, it's dead. That's how strong this thing is. It's ridiculous. Alright, so now I've got... Do I bring out another heavy arty? Not yet, I believe. Bringing out Pack 43 in the town region. I was bringing this round here to deal with the ISU 122. Maybe could have come up here with it, but yeah, I decided to go around this area. Then I can cover around here later if possible. ISU 122 doing some serious work into this town, picking off my infantry. Going with the Focke-Wulf, trying to take it out. Didn't quite work. I had these in phase C, so I've got 4 of them. Got plenty of them to take out armor, because I knew late game my armor was going to be reduced to almost 0. I've still got a couple of Stugs hanging around. Got one in here, but yeah, I've not got many left. This might be my last one. Oh, I did keep one in reserve for a long time in my deck. He's moving across the open to gain these flags, get eyes. Moving my Stug down here. Is this going to get any kills? Yeah, it might get into range of the SU-85 and take it out if I'm lucky. But I've really got into this forest now. I've got Brandenburger, these KM boots. How do you say that? Betzung? Yeah, these are 3 MG34s, 13 points fanatical. Ridiculous, the units in this division. They're really expensive though. And they've got the, where are they? Oh, these ones as well. They've got Shreks, Panzer Shrek squads. Very nice. 8-man strong Panzer Shrek squad. 30 points for 8-man. Well, yeah, they got Shreks. P2 coming in. Flag Verling getting off some decent damage, but it's not killing them. They've not, like I said, if they fly past this area and turn around, they're dead. If he starts to target over here, they're going to die. And if there was just one there, or if I just targeted one of the planes, I probably would have been able to take it out, I believe. Still holding on to this flag. The Stug did get a pen on the SU-85 by the looks of it, but he's backed it off quite quickly. I've got a light pack in here. Yeah, this has not got much range, I believe. Yeah, 150. Yeah, 1,500 meter range. So not going to be doing a lot. Maybe that. Had a sniper at it. Bringing these in again. I'm targeting the tanks and the AAA. So one's going to be distracted at least. So I should get one of these shots off. These. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Again, the HE rockets, they can do damage to tanks, to armor. And the ISU-122S on the hill has been taken out by the Pak 43. Did manage to get that. I was happy about that one. But he's coming into the town with a lot of armor now, but he lacks infantry. I've managed to push out and get this flag back again. And yeah, 12-12. 28 minutes. You can see it is a slog. Probably not the prettiest game to watch, but it was a fun one to play. And it still could go either way here at the moment. In terms of trades, I'm not quite sure who's doing the best. I've lost practically all my Stugs at this point in the game. This might be my last one coming in the north. Possibly have just one more, but I'm bringing out my AA now. Just a bit preemptively, just in case he starts doing any like plane spam. Ju-88 coming out, does get the bomb off. I just really want to get rid of his armor with anything I possibly can at the moment, because I know he's going to have a lot of it. So when I saw these, I thought, oh, he must be running short, Mr. Creamy Biggums here. He's just bringing in Avtos. But is he out with Strelkis completely? That'd be good news for me. Moving here. I forgot about this. Yeah, he did sweep through here with Saperi. I did notice he was sweeping through, so I bought Marrow and Brandenburger. And I just popped these in the forest here. They're going to mop these up, no problem. The Marrow are just too strong. They're really strong in CQC. And here we go again with the HE rockets coming in to try and take out these tanks. I realised I wasn't having much luck down here to the AA. But it does some damage. It's definitely got a bit of damage on it now. Stuggy's helping fire over here. And I'm bringing in the off-map to lay down on this area. Focke-Wulf does take out the SU-85, which is nice. Zenart 37 is in here now. Will it take down my off-map plane? Yeah, these are the big boom. You'll see this come down in a minute. It's ridiculous. And he's coming into the south with Saperi. And he's moving him into here, not into the forest. My flak Verling has been targeted by something. I believe it's the artillery here. Is this on counter battery though? No, it's not at the moment. I was just trying to snipe the ISU. Here's the big boom. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Yeah, very nice. I had this off map in C phase, so I've got 2 cards of them. But yeah, I was really worried at this point. I thought, oh my god, I don't know if we're going to come back from this. Because it is a 50-minute time limit in the tournament, so we've got 20 minutes left. He's in the lead here. He's ticking me down. But these avtos, he's just walking them across the open. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. I think he's probably going to notice fairly soon and start moving them into forest here. That's where they're going to do their work. Oh, T-34. Is he going to get my stug? At this range, can definitely kill my stug. Yes, 100mm of pen at this close, 90mm armor. He can get me. And there's more armor coming in as well. AT guns as well, and more Strelky. Yeah, so it's looking quite desperate for me in the town. Focke-Wulf coming in again, trying to take out the ISU 122. These are a bit faster, so they do get the shot off. Does manage to get a pushback on this. Now start laying down some mortar fire, hoping to get rid of the eyes he's got on the ground here at least. JU 88 coming in as well, hoping to finish these off. Still just holding onto his forest slightly. If only he'd moved these into here, he probably could have taken me out here. I've got another flak Verling coming in around here. This one did get taken out by artillery fire. This one I forgot about, I think. BF 109 flying around freely. Are we going to see this do work? It's got no star. And we might see exactly how deadly this thing can be. This is 0 stars. No. It's going to be safe, I think. Well, P2 is desperate to get rid of this Pack 43. He's been sniping everything that's coming up this road. It is pinned now. Nearly dead. We're back to 12-12. About 17 minutes of gameplay left. All these units. Yeah, he's just attacked, moving them all across here. The hobo special, as they say in the hobo clan. Yeah, just advancing them through. Just going to smash these to pieces. I'm bringing in my own influx of infantry to this area. He's got some armor out in the open as well. There's this 3 coming through. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. P40 fighter coming out. This is the first fighter I've seen from him. I would expect to have seen more earlier. But he didn't bring any out to try and help out dealing with my air power. These guys, I do just decide to unload them here once I saw all of these. I was like, oh Jesus. But they are out in the open. There's a decent amount of smoke down. I think I put the smoke down myself. So it does keep them protected a little bit. These Avtos are going to start doing some nasty damage. Off map plane coming in. Because they do have bombs on these things, but yeah, not doing the work there. And I bring in JU-88 again. I'm just targeting this infantry. This could be pretty good for me. I'm losing out, as you can see, but that does the work. Pins everything, kills 2s completely. Yeah, very fortunate there. He does fall them back straight away. More infantry coming in. More powerful infantry. The boot men, I'll call them for now. Still at 12-12. Stern Pioneer. He does need to advance these, but he's not doing so. He's still fearful of the pack which is around. He's got out of HE. My flak Verling's still advancing here. I've got mortar fire. I just start laying down defensive fire over here now because I saw the units were in this area. In the town, his unit's still highly stressed, but he does have the flag at least. He just needs to hold on now for 15 minutes. He's got a tick advantage on me for sure. As you can see, the Marrow and the Brandenburger completely wiped out the top areas here. Did I lose many men? Yeah, Marrow lost quite a lot. Looks like he took a bit of a TNT to the face there. But Brandenburger helped out as well. I just decided to advance this transport unit up to here, try and sneak this flag if I could. He has almost no vision over here right now because this should be firing at this, but it can't see anything. He's bringing in more artillery. Is he going to unload them in the same place again, make the same mistake? Looks like it. All I have to do is hit counter battery and I'm going to take 2 of them out again. At the moment, yeah, still just targeting this area. I know his infantry is in here. I can tell by the front line there's nothing in this forest. Snipers taking out the Maxim. And a huge influx of infantry here. So I'm fairly confident I can hold this flag. It's just a case of dealing with this up here. I need to get a flag. I need to take him down. And T-34 is coming out, so I'll bring out some of the Pack 36s, 150 meter range. So just about in range of these things. I think I'm going to get them both. Oh, does Biggums manage to retreat in time? Nope. Both taken out, so this flag I do get back. I'm going to be back to a 12-12. Any tick he can get on me now is really bad for me. At this point in the game, I felt like he must be running out of stuff. I felt like I killed a lot. So, yeah, just because of the advances he's been making here and here, I feel like he threw away a lot more points than I did. So it's just a case of me grinding him down into the ground now and getting that tick on him. Is this going to get his bombs off? Not quite. So these are still annoying. Once I get rid of these heavy armor units, I'm going to be happy. Off-map plane coming in again. I believe it is out of... Yes, he's got the 250 kilogram bombs. It's something. Maybe it does get a kill here, I'm not sure. No. Got Z out on the hill, taking it out. And we're back to 12-12. 13... Well, 12 and a half minutes left now. More T-34s coming in. Lots of them. He just needs to hold on. There's no need for him to advance at this point. Just needs to hold the flags he has. I move out. I did unload some infantry around here. Start moving them out. Want to get this flag back again. If I get a flag at this point, I think I can tick him down on a single tick and win. Still aiming for these units here. I bring out a fighter, mostly to try and distract the AA, but it didn't quite work. Just hoping to get my bombs off. And do I start... I don't... This is nearly out of rounds actually, so that's good for me. I'm still firing into this area. My mortar's still firing into this area too. So all the infantry you had in here, all the superiors, they've all been obliterated by HE rounds, mostly. My infantry just sat in the open doing nothing. I'm clearly distracted in the north here. Yeah, I was just trying to hold on for dear life here, deal with his armour, and then try and sweep across. Big bombing runs coming in from him. Lack of AA from me in this area. I did have the 37mm, but it's got taken out. Bringing in 2 more now. So decent bombing runs from him. Takes out both my AT weapons. I am running quite low on them as well, so that was really annoying. Pack 43, I don't have many of these left. This could be the last one actually. And it does get the ISU 122, so I'm very happy about that. The artillery fire on it, but it's not fast enough reaction. It's too late. It's done what it needed to do. BF 109 coming in again, trying to shoot in the back line here. The AA is slowly running out of artillery shells, so... Artillery shells? You know what I mean. It's running out of shells. So I'm bringing in 2 fighters at the same time here. Both targeting the T-34s, hoping one of them's going to get it shot off. But there is another 37mm back here. At least these fighter bombers or fighter rocket planes are faster. Focke-Wulf does take down the T-34. He's whittled down to 2 T-34s now. Still at 12-12. 10 minutes remaining in the game. He is losing out a bit here, so I think this is a point where I start to... Yeah, I decide to try and push and get this flag. I've got a single tick now, managed to sneak this one in the middle. So I can just about get back to him. I need to tick him down. He's got a lot of artillery out. He's dropping another one here. Big mistake. As soon as I turn counter battery on, if I do, I believe I do at some point. Well, maybe not, but yeah, it's not going to help. Maybe he's just out of infantry at this point. All this infantry here, again, it's been shelled to death. This he got his on counter battery? No, he's starting to do the same to me now. I would, if you got this many out, it's best to manually just target each one and just pepper the entire area. And then rush in with units and surrender if you can. Because I've got no leaders in here, which is really silly of me. Not a single leader. Artillery still laying down a hell of a lot of fire over here. Now I'm starting to break through my air. I've moved up my commandant here, so the flag furling 37mm at 2 stars. This is probably where you're going to see it do some work. Any planes come over there now, he's done for. 12 minutes, 8.5 minutes remaining. Crewy Biggums looks like he's going to take this. Trying my damnedest to get in. I've got the infantry on the hill here. The Pack 43 is laying down some fire, so maybe I can pin these and get a tick going again. P2 coming in now. Where's he going? He's gone for his Pack 43, probably not the best target. He wants to concentrate on his flags. And the flag furling, double star. Is he going to take this thing down? I think it might. I think it's going to have it now. Yep. That's just this unit, nothing else firing at it. That's how strong that thing is. If I targeted this as well, manually, would have got both of those. No problem. He's starting to creep in now, wants to push me off the flag. I have gained this one here. He's struggling to get back onto it. Oh, it's fair enough he's aiming this, because he's, yeah, that's what's helping him. That is what's helping me, sorry, retain this flag here. So he's starting to pepper that with his artillery. And I believe now I've got this one on counter battery at least. This is going to be devastating. One direct hit on these, they're all gone. But he's sneaking across now. Last 7 minutes of the game. Super close. And this is where I just go all out. I get the off-map off on here, and I'm just going to charge through with units into this area. If I can keep this single tick going, I noticed at this point I can get the win. So I just want to keep the single tick going as long as possible. Here, not looking too bad now. I'll move up the MG44 to do something. This is the same one I believe from the start of the game. It's just, yeah, and it's barely used any ammunition. So making him do some work. Might just been hiding in the trees. So he is going to get the flag back on the hill by the looks of it. My Pack 43 is getting decimated. But the counter battery did do the work here, taking out 2 of those pieces. Might even take out the 3rd. But now, yeah, we're back to 12-12 briefly, but I do push in here just in time after the off-map. And I'm bringing in more units. I'm going to push through even harder. Like, I decided to push through even further here and go for another flag. Strelky SVT coming through, but they're unloading too late. What was that? Dropping off his P2s, dropping off some bombs here. But I'd already got past him. Focke-Wulf takes out T-34 here. 4 more coming in. 14-10 now, so I just need to hold on. Just need to keep this going, maintain the flag lead. He's got the flag back on the hill, but I've gained 2 back here. So it's looking quite peachy at the moment. 109 coming in. These have been great for me at the moment. Taking out that this 3. Now I can bring in more reinforcements. Bringing out some packs here. I was expecting to see more T-34s come in, so I was just bringing these out to cover these areas. They also do decent HE work. As you can see, yeah, 3.8 damage, and more BF-109s coming in. He has gained a flag back here, but I'm still at 13-11. He's got the one on the hill too. So I can still win with this tick just about. Looks like he's pushing for the centre flag now. Pack 43 is still alive. Is he going to be alive for much longer? Alive long enough to take out a T-34, which desperately needed. No more AT around here. Oh, there's a Pack 40 in here too, but this is holding my line for me, really. He desperately needs to get to this flag or this flag. This one is fairly well protected by me. But he's pushing in to the town, inches away from holding this flag, but won't be holding it for too long. Lots of T-34s in the area. My packs are firing back, taking out one of them. And he's still in the lead, 4 minutes left. I have Machiki coming through. He probably should have just ran these through right to here. Is he going to do that? Or he's going to unload them all a bit too early, maybe? And bring out more units here to try and grab the hill, if possible. Just under 4 minutes left. I am nearly in the lead. Very, very nearly. In the south, his push is just not going to work here. It's not going to work out for him. I'm still laying down fire with the mortars as well. We're back to a 12-12. Extremely close game. He has got the flag back here. He did unload him a bit later, the Avtos. So he just needs to hold this flag for a few more seconds, but I managed to kill them. And we're down to the last 3 minutes or so now, which is going to be enough. Or is it? Can he get back into here? He starts advancing his T-34s. Infantry moving forward. Yeah, the Avtos, though, they don't have much range. I'm just laying down some bomber work. That was not the bomber, actually. That was something else. Oh, artillery fire coming in, pitting his units. Avtos marching forward best they can. T-34s supporting them. Now, I believe I'm just about in the lead. So now he needs to tick me. But as you can see, it looks like it's going to be all over. And I've pushed up onto the hill as well here. And taken out practically everything. These are out of shells completely. And as you can see, there's no way back for him now. Yeah, 2 more minutes remaining. I even decided to advance up here and move these across the open. To try and push for this flag. Not that it was needed, and support more in here with Marrow in case he was making some sneaky push I didn't see. But yeah, just overwhelming numbers here in the end. Looks like he had too many Avtos in his deck. Get rid of those Avtos, especially on a map like this. You don't need that many at all. You want more Strelki. If you had Strelki up here, that might have done it for him, you know. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm laying down the big mortar fire. I might even blow up some of my own units here for fun. But that's the game. That is the game. Yeah, even if he gets back, he'd have to double tick me now for the last minute, and there's no way that's happening. But yeah, good game from Crewy Biggums. Yeah, I've not been playing balance for a while, but this was a fun game. Technically not the best, but you can see what can happen when you don't deal with the air though. I did have so much air power in this game. And these two things, only 2 of them, and they remained alive all game. So we needed more AA and the fighters, if you had some fighters out. But the problem is, Toulon does have the air power, because the anti-air units you have in this division, they are just super, super strong. Last 30 seconds. May as well advance it now. Get to the end. I think he's going to throw away this to the flak Verling. It didn't kill it. Probably because it was super stressed, but my god. That was a lucky fighter bomber. And there we are. Yeah, and a huge points difference. I think a lot of that was due to Avto deaths, most likely. Oh, I've got Creamy Biggins' perspective. Yeah, so some of his units did some nice work. Strelky DP, mopping up some infantry. ISU 122S did very nice work, have to say. Took out a couple of my stugs. Oh, excuse me. And a flak. What else has done work for him? Another one here. Took out the Pack 43 and 2 stugs. Much better player. And IG33. So this guy with the unpronounceable name. He looks like he's done very well for the Rushkis. And here as well, taking out that flag Veelings, definitely a good kill, and a Stug 3, and oh, that's just a mini pack. But yeah, the ISU 122Ss, they did work in this game. They paid themselves off, I'd say, overall. C34s, well, this one performed well. A lot of them were kind of thrown away. Everything else not fantastic, just fairly reasonable. Another T-34 looks to have done a bit of work here. From my perspective, yeah, BF-109's ton of work, an absolute ton of work from that one. Pack 40, okay. Stug 3, this one did a ton of work. Some of my stugs got wiped out without doing anything though. These ones did a bit of work, took out the off map. I think he only got one load off of that one round, but I could be wrong. BF-109, you've won as well. Yeah, decent. Took out 3 units. Was good enough. Absolutely fine work from that thing. Another Stug, decent work. Another Stug, decent work. Brandenburger, very nice. Brandenburg stuff. IG-33, didn't get a lot of kills out of these, but it's good enough. Pack 43, this one especially, look at it. Very nice. This is one down in the south. It was alive for a long time. The big boom artillery, yeah, this was a killer, I think. The reason this happened is just he stacked them all together. If you had these in separate places and put them on counter battery, they could have taken out this thing. Marrow, doing Marrow things in the forest, I imagine, just decimating 4 units by itself, more than likely. Ju-88s, a lot of time they didn't get their bombs off. What else we got going here? Here's the Flag Whirling, the double star. Took out 1, 2, 3, 4 planes. Yeah, it can easily do that. They're monsters. The Fokker Wolf, AT rockets. 3 tanks there. Another Flag Whirling took out another couple of planes. And the off map, this was the big boom brutal. 340mm is nasty. It's another reason to have some AA out against this division. You want to get rid of these off-map planes because, as you can see, that is nasty. I had one that I've not used as well, so there's another one of these to come if needed. But I felt I could do without it, except for right at the end. I did try and when I was making my final push. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, fun game. I think it's fairly. Look at the start here. Yeah, he made my initial push at the start. He decimated it here. I was really upset about that, crying like a baby. But yeah, I did manage to push back here. Yeah, a lot more kills for me. Then it kind of evens out. It's, yeah, once we get into this period, I think once we hit into phase C, I seem to start probably tipping him over, taking out the ISU 122Ss. If he had some more AA covering, I feel he might have done better. And not as many Avtos because they were just dying for days. Yeah, but it's more. It looks fairly. I think the biggest killer. Here we go. Yeah, this is where it starts getting pretty brutal. Yeah, the last is like in the last sort of desperate 10 minutes of the game where he lost a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't think this is very reflective. Yeah, 2k difference is a lot, but I think a lot of this come in the last 10 minutes. I was definitely up before that, like I said. But yeah, I think the Avtos killed him. Anyway, yeah, good game. I think we both enjoyed that one anyway. The second game, I'm not going to cast that one. It was much quicker. I did win that. It's on Orsh East, I believe. I can't remember what the divisions were now. He had oh yeah, he used a deck from the boot camp, and then he says it only had 10 infantry units in A for him, so yeah, that didn't help him out at all. Plus he was playing balanced against my Maverick on Orchard East, which I don't really think that's a good idea at all. Anyway, that's that. I'll see you again.